Hi everyone, I'm doing a few masterclasses on Trinity College London Grade 1 Theory. As the exams are approaching, some of you might be writing their Grade 1 Theory exams, and I would just like to go over most of the work most of the work in the book. We're going to start with the first one that's very important, that's note names, especially for the treble clef. And here we can see that we have two rhymes that we can use. They do give rhymes in the book. I think their rhymes are evergreen bus drives fast. But I'm going to use a different one, one that a lot of kids might be already familiar with as well. Let's first start with the three basic important things to remember. That if we do line notes or the rhymes, if you want to use the rhymes for the line notes, for the treble clef, we must remember that a line note goes through the line. So a line note doesn't go on top of the line, a line note goes through the line. So like so, or if we want to draw that one or even that one, it goes through the line. It doesn't go on top. And very important, so these are all correct to draw them, but a line note doesn't touch the other lines. It's not like that. It's not big notes where it touches the one line or it goes like that. These are wrong. So you must draw them very carefully so that it doesn't touch the other lines. And most important thing to remember is a line note, or the line note, the rhyme for the line notes only works for notes that are on the stave, those lines right there. And then you will see that the rhyme that I've given here is every good boy deserves fruit, which gives us E, G, B, D, F, and it always works from the bottom line going up. For the space notes, it's very easy because the space notes together spells face, F-A-C-E. And again, a space note, if we need to draw a space note is in between two lines, like so. They are in between the two lines. They do not go over. So these are all correct, which will spell face, going from the bottom up. But we don't draw them where they go over the line or under the line, like so. And it's not big notes again like that. This is wrong. So make sure that you practice using an empty page of manuscript paper to practice your notes. Then it's also important to remember that there's not only line or space notes that are on the stave that are very important. There's always a few notes above and below the stave as well. Remember, for the treble clef, middle C sits at the bottom of the stave. So middle C is right here, and it sits on its own little legion line. The line that we draw through the note is called the legion line. And the note just below that, that just touches the line like so, is B. And the one that touches the stave at the bottom is D. And at the top we have G, A, and B. So we can easily then work out that the line note for the bottom is E from our rhyme, every good boy deserves fruit. And the top note, the top line note for the treble clef is F, because again, every good boy deserves fruit. And from there, we can literally go stepwise up or stepwise down to work out what our note names are. The same rule applies for note names for the bass clef, but in this instance, we are going to use different rhymes because the notes do not stay the same. So two important rules to remember here is that bass clef notes are different from treble clef notes, and you must not get confused with the different rhymes. So for the bass clef, we have green buses drive fast always. I've used the one that they have in the book. Green buses drive fast always, starting from bottom going up for line notes. And for space notes, we have all cows eat grass, ACEG, going from bottom up. And again, for the bass clef notes, we have 3 notes at the top and the bottom that are above or below the stave. And remember, for the bass clef, middle C sits at the top, not at the bottom, like for the treble clef. Remember, the treble clef sits at the bottom, but the bass clef sits at the top. And then again, we can use the stepwise motion if we use the correct rhyme to get to the notes above or below the stave.